web page for him, and we have this typical name, rank, and serial number for him. It's a very simple thing, but the most important thing we did for the company was add this component called expertise. And I think if I were to do it all over again, I would use the word experience versus expertise, because we have our share of raging egomaniacs. But most people have an issue of saying I'm an expert at something. They was like, no, I'm kind of experienced in this. So I would change that one word. But you can see here, I don't know how easy it is to read in the back of the room, but John has things like collaboration, Web 2.0, telepresence as some of his basically tags of himself of what is it that he is expert or experienced in. But then he put things like Duke basketball, Diet Coke, what else does he have? West Virginia, where he's from. And that was sort of one of our questions is, do we let it just go free-form, viral? Do we let people do what they want to do? And after talking to a bunch of people, the answer was yes. We want people to, once again, what are the things that we don't know about you that you want to share with us? And if we had given a corporate whitelist of terminology, we would not have extracted some interesting information about a lot of people. And I'll give you a specific business application is that, if I'm searching for somebody who is an expert in telepresence, speaks Cantonese because I need to meet with them to meet with one of my customers in Hong Kong, I'm able to search on this because somebody has tagged themselves that way, right? So let's take the example of telepresence again. Oh, sorry guys. There we go. So when you click on telepresence, now you start to see the connection between how tagging starts to make these golden threads between different lenses of the same information. So John has himself tagged as telepresence. When you click on that link, it takes you to the topic entry page for telepresence within our Ciscopedia system, which also then incorporates all the blogs, all the forums, all the video that are also tagged with telepresence further down into the page itself. And you start to see the importance of having that ability to run the thread all the way through the different systems. What's interesting, though, is that we're relying on the human behavior to attach and tag a lot of these things, social-based tagging. There's a product coming out within Cisco, I think in the September timeframe, that one of our business units are working on is how to marry up socially based tagging with network-based tagging. And what that means is there's data in motion on the network all the time. How do we actually, through a corporate whitelist or some other type of whitelist, extract out information automatically, whether it's about a web page or a video or something else, and start to make those connections much, much more rich and much more robust as you start to get more and more tags associated with different pieces of content. And then lastly is, how do you create these communities of interest? So once again, we can associate, whether it's through project-based communities, organizational-based communities, or even recreational type of communities, to start these affiliations, to make these connections so that you can be much more productive in delivering what it is that your organization is committed to delivering. And I would say this is the area that we're working on right now through a bunch of different open source technologies that we're deploying within Cisco. We do have a community culture today, and it's all, unfortunately, based on email. So we have 400,000 email lists within Cisco. Now, some of them are a little bit obsolete, but half of them are automatically generated based on reporting hierarchy. But you get a sense that people have this desire to come together for various purposes. And we just want to give them a more rich experience and a more rich platform in how to get there. So our end goal is to get to this view called My View. So this is where the individual, this is not new to folks who use iGoogle and iYahoo, but this is where, from a corporation perspective, we give the power to the end user to then go out and say, these are the types of transactional systems, Oracle information I need, my activity feeds, all these other things that come together. So, this